What up, guys? Live Eventually checking in. Nice to meet you. We're gonna get right into it. Should you renew your lease? Should you renew your lease? Alright, so it's time to renew your lease. You're gonna walk down to the leasing office and say, hey, I'd like to renew my lease. They say, sure, sir. Just so you know, it's gonna be extra $300. So after you huff and puff and try to blow that price down, which is not gonna happen, you just found out that your lease has now went from $1,000 to $1,300. So what you gonna do? What should you do? I'm gonna provide you guys with some solutions and some points to consider.
So to provide you with some evidence, some statistics,
Facts.
recognize that a one-bedroom place in the US, the median is $1,300 a month. In most major cities, such as Miami, Cali, New York, rent increases by 32%. So imagine you're paying $1,000 a month. The next year, you're going to be paying $1,300 a month. Just think about it, an extra $300 in your pocket a month is now gone. Some more statistic, the median cost of a one-bedroom in Miami is roughly around $2,500. Austin, $1,700. In San Diego, it is almost a staggering $3,000 a month. Keep that in mind.
With that being said, guys, remember from one of our previous episodes, your living budget should be 30% of your monthly income. 30% of your monthly income. Now, the increase of rent being upwards to 32 to 45 to 50%, depending on where you're living, you're gonna have to make some adjustments.
And that doesn't mean desperately try to find a place at 30%. The lower you can go and to be safe in the community or environment you're in, that's the best case scenario for your bank account. Some things to evaluate, some things to consider are looking at what phase of life you're in. Are you 18 to 24 and you're just starting off in college? Or you're also could be a recent graduate. Maybe you just found a new job. Maybe you have spent 3 or 4 years in your job and you're leveling up. You have to consider what phase of life you're in to really understand how much you need or want to spend on a lease or even consider buying a home if necessary.
Also, things to consider. Your personality type. Are you outgoing? Are you more stay to yourself? Are you still in that frat boy party style of life? Are you just more of a one-man wolf pack? These are things to consider because you may need to move in with some friends or roommates or just randomly live in an efficiency somewhere.
So as always, we're not gonna just overload you with statistics and information without giving you guys solutions. So let us prepare you. Your first solution is going to be move back in with your parents. Yeah, maybe it might be tough, but moving back in with your parents will allow you to save money up for maybe possibly putting a down payment on a home. Keep in mind in Europe, such as countries like France, anywhere from 28 to 32 years old on average live with their parents still. So there is still time for you if you're anywhere between that 18 to 27 year range of just living with your parents and saving as much money as you can as they allow you to put a down payment potentially on a house.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Back to the bunk beds I go. You gotta make sacrifices. You gotta make sacrifices. I know it's not gonna look cool on the ground. I know you might have a girlfriend, you might be in a potential relationship, but you gotta think long term. You gotta be a long-term thinker. So, move home with your parents, or maybe your favorite uncle, your favorite aunt, somewhere, someone, but you may have to make that sacrifice. And if you do make that sacrifice, please, please, please don't go in there just be a freeloader. Find a way to contribute, drop a couple $300, $500, figure out a price so that way you don't feel like you're freeloading, but you're coming back as a contributor to whoever house you're gonna have to stay in temporarily until you get this lease and rent situation down.
Solution number 3. Solution number 3 is moving into a house that has 5 bedrooms or more. This is very common on the West Coast and very common along college campuses because when you have 5+ bedrooms, the cost of your lease or rent goes down exponentially. So you have to be comfortable living with 5+ members, 4, 7, 8, however many people are in the house. But this can save you a lot of money. Try it for 2 or 3 years and think about the amount of money you'll have in your savings account at the end of that 3 years. You might have to tough it out, thug it out, but you can do it.
I know what you're thinking, a house full of dudes. Pause. Yeah, we get it. But you gotta stay focused on the goal, the big picture. You should, at this age, at this stage of life, depending on your personality, the only thing you should be focused on is making money, saving money, and investing money. So this is not the most ideal opportunity for you, but think about it. You rather pay $300 a month per room or $2,500 a month. Look at how much you're gonna be saving.
Last and finally, always be conscious of rising and lowering rental costs. Be mindful that the next year, if your unit is going to go up, start looking and preparing right now to see what areas are gonna be in your price range. Say your place is going from $1,000 to $1,300, you should already be looking for places that are around that $1,000 or lower, or whatever amenities you want along with it. Make sure it's still in your price range and you start looking early, because the later you look, the harder it is going to be to find a place. So be proactive early on so you make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck and you're saving an adequate amount of money without having to splurge on a place that you really don't even want to live in.
Now guys, take this advice with a grain of salt, right? Don't go put yourself in a situation where you don't feel safe. Okay, there's a difference between feeling comfortable and feeling safe. Make sure you don't sacrifice your safety just to save money, right? Like the old adage goes, just because you're saving yourself some money doesn't mean you're saving yourself a headache, all right? So, those are your solutions. Wish you all the best. You can huff, like I said, you can huff and puff all you want, but you're not going to bring that rent down. So, be proactive, live adventurously, the world is yours.
Like, subscribe below.